Well, hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns recap nerdgasm of Cobra Kai Season 2. And I'm honored to have two Survivor alumni with me, Sugar and Wardog. How does this happen? This doesn't ever happen to me. Normally, the other two who don't watch really any shows that I like, but that's okay.
You normally have Tyler and Beth?
Yeah.
I mean, you obviously upgraded for this podcast.
Yes. Don't quote me on that. Maybe.
Maybe, possibly.
Trouble later.
Hi, Sugar. How are you?
Hey, the Wardog. Can I be called the Sugar for this thing? Just for today, not past it. I don't want to make it a thing. For today.
We can refer to you as the Sugar for the rest of the podcast.
Thank you.
We haven't seen each other since last year's 39 finale. It's been a year.
Is that I guess. And then that was just a few days. It was like maybe a week after something else.
Then COVID happened.
I invited you to. Thing and Christina Coria was there.
No, but that was before. That was the first time I met you.
That's Bruce's thing.
That was the first time I met you, and then we hung out again at season 39 finale, and then we haven't seen each other since. I mean, I haven't seen anybody since, really.
That makes sense. So I've only met you twice?
Only twice.
That's crazy.
And, the Sugar and the Wardog have met twice. That's more than the Wardog and Allison, who have met 0 times.
I've never met anybody in person. I've never even met my two co-hosts in person. Can you believe that? Never.
I don't know. That's terrible. But let's get started because we got the Cobra Kai shirt courtesy of my sister, so she bought this for me.
That's beautiful. I love it. Tyler's in the chat. Sugar Tyler is my other co-host, and there's
woohoo! Hey Tyler.
What up, Tyler?
Well, we are very excited. Netflix pulled a fast one on us and decided to release Cobra Kai Season 3 January 1st instead of January 7th. So we had to binge watch again Season 2 and pull this together. So how we're going to do this is we're going to rank the top 10 characters on the show from Season 2 from 10 to 1, where they went during the season, where they think we're going, and I kind of have conversation ADD, so there's no telling where we're going to go with each person. It could go anywhere. So I'm really excited. Are you guys excited?
Yes, very excited. Very excited.
All right. Well, let's start with number 10. Let me get him up here.
Okay, it's a he because we have some she's on this list as well. Let's see who's number 10.
Number 10.
I know the list.
All right. Okay. For some reason, it's being weird. So y'all just bear with me. Okay. Here we go. All right. I'm sorry, this is like the worst picture, only good picture I could get of this young man. This is Bert. Bert is number 10. And I'm telling you, it is impossible to find a good picture of little Bert in his Cobra Kai gear. Okay, it was like pulling damn teeth. But this is Bert, and he comes in at number 10. So what do you guys think about Bert? Where's he going? What's going on with him? Wardog's dying. Go ahead.
Well, I just saw him kind of get his ass kicked by the little Asian kid of Miyagi-Do. And
that's right.
I think Bert, he's got to have a little bit of a soul reckoning, right? I mean,
yeah.
He kind of thought he was just badass because he's got the Cobra on his T-shirt and his gear, but he kind of got his ass handed to him. And where does he go from here?
Well, he's gonna hit puberty. I'm pretty sure from the trailer. He's definitely he's going to hit puberty. We know that much. Who knows? He broke the little Asian kid's glasses, and it was on. I believe it was called a dickhead. So
yes, I'll tell you what. And Miyagi-Do, it seemed like they curse more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't hear Bert drop any curses on the broadcast, but the other kid was out there calling him a dickhead, and I don't know if he called him an asshole. He took it to the next level. And as far as that rivalry goes, the Wardog is 100% Team Bert.
100. I'm excited. Sugar, what do you think about Bert?
I'm going to probably say the opposite of everything with the underdog. And I'm always for the underdog, but I'm like, how is this kid not the underdog? And I don't even remember him at all. And I just rewatched it all between, what day was it, guys? Like Friday, Saturday? I don't know. Saturday, all day long. I watched it with a little earpiece. One episode I totally spaced out on.
Well, he was more in season one because that was when Johnny Lawrence just took a look at him and goes, "What the hell?" So he played more of a part in season one and was here and there in season two. So we'll see.
Why I don't.
Okay. Yeah, he's not. So we'll move on to, let's see here.
But before we move on, he took a spot that probably would have gone somewhere in the top 10 to Aisha, which I realized that she's not going to be on season 3.
No, she's not.
But I did read, after you told me that, Alice, I did read an article from the producer, and they said that a character like Aisha might be making a comeback in the future, and sometimes it might explain why she's gone or why she comes back. It might be more impactful, because I was actually very eager to see what would happen to Aisha, because she was probably one of the better, cleaner souls of Cobra Kai, and Cobra Kai itself is probably going through a transition right now with, we'll get to later, with their new sensei. So I was kind of seeing, how does Aisha fall into the mix? We find out she won't fall in the mix, and maybe there's a reason why right now. Because
I'm really shocked. I was shocked when I heard about this, and the young lady, I went on her Instagram and she confirmed it. So, and she's like lost a lot of weight. Like, she looks really different. Like, she looked great to me anyway, but I'm just like, I can't believe she's not. I don't know. Hopefully they bring her back for season 4. I would love to see. I really think that was a really good character. I just hate that it's not, and we're stuck with other people like Dimitri. So we're gonna move on to anybody else. Let's see here if we can. I'm gonna try to do. I'm new at this sharing screen stuff. Tyler normally does this, and he's probably laughing at me right now. Okay, so Stingray replaced Dimitri on the list for me because I love this guy. This actor's just hilarious. He also played Richard Jewell in the Clint Eastwood movie. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that was him.
Atlanta. He was accused of the 1996 Atlanta Olympics bombing. But anyway, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with Stingray. What do y'all think?
He is a fun character. I was just telling you guys a second ago, I think he's going to end up like being a mass shooter, but who knows?
I hope he's not a mass shooter.
He wants to be a cop. He's like a security guy, right? Like, so he just seems like the type, and he's going to have a manifesto in season 3.
I think he's going to become the school. I think he's going to get a job at the school as the security guard because he was applying for it at the end. I think he's going to get it after this episode, after the finale and at the end of season 2. And I think he's going to take it a little too far. Right? Like, I don't think, I hope it doesn't show the school, but I really think there's going to be some shenanigans going on with this guy.
I don't think he's going to show that kind of thing anymore.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he, during his job interview, he was like, I won the Red Black Challenge, at Mountain Creek. It's not a big deal, but in the karate world, it's a very big deal.
And he's so serious.
Yeah, he was serious. He's like, I'm about to get a yellow belt around this waist, And I think he's just like, but he's also like a microcosm, a little bit of just a lot of maybe kids that were born or were raised in the late 90s, early aughts that maybe had this affinity for the 80s, right? They didn't grow up in the 80s, and also, kind of like stuck in that world. So what is Stingray? Probably like in his late 20s?
Oh, I'm going to go with like 30s. Early 30s.
Maybe early 30s, but like whatever it is, he was not a kid in the 80s. Yeah. Somehow he caught on to that decade. And he's just kind of a lost soul. And he was kind of at that party. He brought that girl with him. And she said, I thought we were going to your friend's house. I'm like, this is my friend's. and it's obvious that he probably had no friends. And Cobra Kai,
that girl.
She was kind of hot, right? She was kind of hot.
Oh my God! Did you have what? Wardog.
What? I mean, I don't remember her being attractive. I remember going, what was she doing with him to go to his friend's house? Anyway.
My first inclination would have been these are like underage children and we're bringing alcohol. I mean, do you understand what the repercussions are going to be of this?
Big trouble.
Yeah. But she looked.
Did you guys ever have friends that were like, when you were like teenagers, that were like the legal age and would buy liquor for the group?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's Stingray.
But I was like too big of a nerd. I was afraid to do it. I just was like, I don't want to get in trouble, because I was like that when I was younger. But I grew out of that really quick. When I had my first Zima at 17, I was like, oh, it's on. So, but like I said, I think he's going places. But this actor, though, he's really taken off. So who knows? He may be a smaller part in season 3. Who knows?
Yeah. He has a liking to Crease, because there's that one episode in which Johnny says that Crease is not with us anymore. But before, he's like, hey, should we wait for Sensei Emeritus Crease? Like, he had a liking to Crease. And at the end, last episode, he was one of the people that got in front of Johnny's face when Johnny tried to confront Crease. So he could be definitely, I would love for him to be a security guard at the high school and kind of cause trouble. Like, like I think he'd be a perfect role for him.
I think it'd be great. I'm excited. I can't wait. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Let me get to this other one. Number
I think
8.
the rest of his characters are now big. I think that was like the last of like a couple of small characters. The rest of his characters are probably all major on the list.
Let's see. All right. So number 8 is Samantha Larusso. Let's see here. And of course, I'm sure Tyler is somewhere laughing at me. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here we go. To be honest, I really don't freaking care about this character at all. Okay. I just don't. Do you not, Sugar? I don't care. I legit don't care about her at all.
I have either, because she's Daniel's daughter, but focus on some of the more fun ones.
Yeah,
I mean, she actually, I liked her more in season 1. I like the end scene when she's like about to get in karate herself.
Yeah.
But then, and I liked her relationship with Miguel in season 1. But I don't know, she seemed a little bit right off the bat judgmental of Tori from the beginning. And she just seemed like too involved in like everything belongs to her. Robbie belongs to her. Miguel belongs to her. And
Aisha belongs to her.
Aisha belongs to her. And
I don't know.
It's judgy, and then you kiss Miguel.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, first of all, if you want nothing to do with Miguel at all, and you don't want to interact with him, why are you showing up outside the Cobra Kai dojo unannounced to ask Aisha to hang out when they're done, and you know his ass is going to be walking out? What? And plus, who just shows up? No. You call or text me, please.
Plus, who refuses an invite to watch Over the Top?
Hello? Isn't that Sylvester Stallone?
Yes.
I
mean, who's like, no, I don't want to watch Over the Top. Like, I'm sorry, Samantha.
That's a no for the Wardog.
Oh, come on, Wardog. You got to watch Over the Top.
Correct. I agree. I agree with you. Samantha gets a downvote from the Wardog.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like I said, I can't put my finger on what it is. I just don't buy it. I don't buy the casting of this character. And I hate to say it, I just don't buy that she does karate. I don't buy any of it. I just don't get, she's too sweet and just the whole thing just, I don't get it.
Stop talking about her. We're giving
She looks a lot like the mother. She looks a lot like the mother, though.
Yeah, that's why she got the part.
She looks a lot like the mother, yeah.
Okay, so where do we think she's going?
Where I think she's going? That's a great question. Like, what's going on with her in the love triangle? Like, is she going to be feeling bad for Miguel in the hospital? Is she going to be like, take Robbie back? Like, I don't know where she's going. I have no idea, actually.
Are either one of them going to want her back? Why is it her choice?
Because they both love her. It's obvious.
Just don't get it. Just good hair, though.
She's the belle of their ball.
Who has good hair?
Oh, we know who's got good hair, Sugar. We're going to get to him.
Yeah.
Who did I think he was? The Wardog? Who did I think he was?
You thought he was, I forgot who was it you thought he was. It was somebody completely like pretty famous.
It was the guy who just did that thing where he blew up on Twitter and he was like,
oh, the guy from the job interview.
Like, oh, look at his little crappy apartment and his TV behind him. And he was like, yeah, I know I have a crappy apartment, so you should give me the job. And
yeah, that's
my. He's like, yeah, you're not muted. Anyways. And then so Sugar and I were going back and forth. It was the same guy. And she was convinced it was the same person. I had to like show side by side photos. And here's our man. What's name this? What's name that?
Yeah, I was like, should they have different names?
This is like, I didn't even catch that. It was exactly alike. Okay, anyway.
This is as we come to find out, Robbie Swayze Keane. He was named after Patrick Swayze. We found out this in season 2. That's his middle name, Swayze. And he is full-blown being trained by Daniel Larusso. He's the first student of Miyagi. What is it? Miyagi-Do. I'm going to get that wrong every time. Miyagi-Do. And the new love interest of Samantha. His hair's better this season. Okay.
Thank
it got
God.
Do what?
Thank
yes.
God.
He got layers added. He didn't have layers in season 1. He's got layers now. So I'm a little better with him this go round. But there's something different about this character. He seemed, I don't know, more sensitive and less trying to be so hardcore or whatever. I felt like he was really trying to be a good guy. You know, like Daniel. Yeah, Daniel is a good example. I mean, he really is, whether you want to admit it or not. For someone like him, he's really, he needed that father figure. His mom's off running off to God knows where, doing God knows what, leaving him an apartment, eating pop cereal with water. I've never had cereal with water. Have y'all?
I normally just eat cereal dry, but not with water. That's disgusting.
I can't imagine that's horrible. That's bad.
That's bad.
But she gave enough money for haircuts.
He did have, not super cuts. He went to custom.
Not a lot of them though. Just
So he got them layers. But he is responsible for Miguel breaking. Now, did Miguel break his back or his neck?
It looks like the back. I think it's the back.
Sounded like back.
Yeah, that looked really. But let me say something real quick. Because I noticed during that school fight, Miguel stops in the middle of it, and at the very end, and he's got him where he could break his arm and snap it, and he stops and he actually apologizes. He's like, "I'm sorry. Let's just." And Robbie actually turns into, I think, a younger Johnny Lawrence trained by Crease, and goes spastic on him, and which leads to him falling over the railing and breaking his back. So it does show he is his father's son to a certain extent. Like, you don't have to be around your daddy all your life to have some traits. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. What do y'all think?
Well, when I rewatched it, I just finished watching the episode about a half hour ago. I remember it differently when I watched it the first time. When I rewatched it, and I knew what was going to happen, right? Because when you watch the first time, you have no idea what's going to happen.
Right.
So I saw it. I said, "Oh, he's got him in that arm bar, right? He's about to break his arm."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm focusing on the little nuances, and you see like Robbie, like really like feeling powerless, and the anger building up in his eyes. And you start to think back, like his mother left him and then went to like Mexico, and then his father gave the what do you call it, the gi to Miguel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Found out 10 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago that Miguel kissed Samantha at the party over the weekend. He just kind of, Daniel just told him that I thought I gave you another chance and you failed me. So he just felt failed from this one. Like everything is like, it feels like everything is crumbling on him in a short period of time. And and he always did everything the right way, Daniel's way. And yet he's still in a situation where his arms get to get broken and he's powerless and he's in pain. And I don't think he was able to even hear Miguel say, I'm sorry. He just got up and hit him with 2 quick moves. And the second move knocked Miguel over the balcony. And you could see right away he felt bad.
His acting is definitely improved from season 1. I have to say.
100%.
He got a coach. He got an acting coach.
Season 1, he kept doing that weird thing where he just had that frozen smile. He'd be like, he said this frozen smile. And this season, he like really got a chance to get a little, as you said, like more sense of deeper in the layers. Mm-hmm. And now, surprisingly, like for example, we have him ranked higher than Samantha. Like, I'm much more interested to see how his character develops. Does he end up going to his actual father? Does he end up going to Daniel? Does Crease end up getting him? Because Crease made a big thing about how it's shameful that your son is not Cobra Kai. It's an insult to us. So it's like, I feel like there's 3 different personalities that can all vie for him. And he could fall to any of those 3, to be honest. He could go any direction.
And he's living with the Larussos too.
Maybe not anymore. Now he's in prison, I think.
I think he's in, we'll get to that. But he's living with the Larussos, and John Crease was like telling, Johnny, what, your son is over there, and the mom shows back up, but she's going to rehab. So that'll, he can stay here till I'm done with rehab and all this stuff. But you're very right. He could very well be pulled in 3 different directions. What do you think, Sugar?
You really gave him a good character analysis just now. He's got more layers than most of the other characters, but for sure. So I'm way more interested in finding out what happens with him than say Samantha, but she'll probably be involved. Samantha so much. I like Robbie a lot.
I think he's mature.
Where do you think he'll go, the Sugar?
I don't know. That was part of the reason that he turned so, like you said at the end, and so all this shit's gonna come down in a minute. If Miguel obviously is not going to die, but the kids are gonna be in big trouble, and I think that he's probably not gonna forgive her for a while.
Yeah,
I think maybe he'll get with bad Tori and go with Johnny. Who knows?
I don't know. I feel like I think he goes to jail. I think, what is it?
Boys.
Yeah. For teenagers, juveniles, juvie. He goes to juvie, obviously, gets a haircut from the preview.
Thank God.
Thank God. But you know what? The more hair he loses, the better his acting gets.
I'm telling you, I love it.
Bad hair season 1, bad acting. Layers in the hair season 2, layers of the act.
He's gonna win an Emmy this year.
Golden Globe.
Yeah, Golden Globe. Absolutely. If Joey King can win one, so can he. Let's go.
Yes, let's.
Love Joey King. Why would you? I love Joey King.
I was watching a Joey King movie yesterday on Amazon called The Lie.
I have that in my queue. I'm about to start that.
Horrific.
It's horrific. Is it bad?
It's really bad. Joey King tries, but she can't. You saw the movie too?
Yeah, but I like the series that the one she won for. Oh my God, that was amazing. But everything about that show was amazing.
It's a different level. The Lie is not going to live up to it.
Yeah. I was excited to watch it, but I was like, meh.
Well, we did see in the preview that John Crease visits Robbie. What could they possibly be talking about? What is going on there?
Well, John Crease could say that ultimately his father abandoned him.
I got the Bell money.
Daniel Bell. Honestly, John Crease has a good argument that these 2 men in his life all abandoned him. They all had different priorities. He was always second fiddle to them. And I will be there for you. I have I will, be that father figure. You need somebody that always take care of you. I don't have the other priorities. I don't have a daughter. I don't have a favorite student, Miguel. You could come with me. And I really think that at this point, He's very liable to go to the dark side. And Crease is pure dark. We can get to him in a
Had the
second.
offer. He's homeless. Isn't he living with? Where is Crease living?
Well, if he took over we can get to Crease in a second. But if he took over the lease, then that means he's getting the students' money. That means he can make a profit. He can live in the dojo. He can rent an apartment now if he took over the dojo.
But where's Johnny going to go? I mean, where's Robbie going to go?
I mean,
to live.
Oh, Robbie, once he gets out, does he go back to his mother? Because the mother might be done with rehab by that time is over?
Maybe.
I don't know. Robbie's a very big question mark, and I'm actually looking forward to see where he goes.
I guess we have more characters to talk about.
The devil.
We love Robbie.
Yeah, we did. Girl, I don't know if you watched the other show we did. We were stank.
Oh,
okay. It was all stank on Robbie. It was brutal, Wardog. It was bad. It was bad.
So is this number 6 on our list?
This is number 7. Oh, yes, number 6. We're already on number 6. John Crease, who now owns the dojo, came back. That fight in the beginning, I thought in the first episode was really kind of cool. He sings the sob story to Johnny. Johnny lets him stay there. He ends up taking over. And the one thing about John Crease, manipulator, this guy knows how to talk. I mean, he freaking manipulated it. And I can see how he possibly could manipulate Robbie. Plus, he has that bail money because, Daddy don't have a job anymore. He lost the dojo. So how's he going to get out? So.
He does get the bail money. I'll say this about John Crease. It's still my favorite scene of the first 2 seasons combined is the last scene of season 1. When he walks through the door, right? He has a whole speech like, they forgot about us. They put us for dead. Cobra Kai is back and this, that, and the other. And one of my favorite scenes of season 2 is the cement truck scene, right? When they're doing the cement truck training.
Oh my God.
During that scene, even John Crease is like questioning Johnny, like, this is too dangerous, right? And then when it works, you start seeing Crease does have a little bit of a human side. You start seeing him being not proud of the kids, but he was proud of Johnny for taking the risk and teaching the kids a lesson. And that was probably when Johnny and Crease were at the tightest after that cement truck scene. And
that was when they were level. It really seemed like this could work.
Right?
This is a relation. Like this is good. And they started referring to each other as Sensei Lawrence and Sensei Crease, and it was more respect. So,
but then it deteriorated. Obviously, with the whole trashing Miyagi-Do was not a good look.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. That episode got to me really bad, especially when they took Miyagi's Medal of Honor and all of that. And I'm like, oh, just stab me in the heart already. That's horrible. Because it's so Pat Morita. God, I just wish he was still alive and a part of this in some way. Even the scene on the beach during season 2 where he sees that guy fishing and it's like that whole scene. I mean, it gets you. It's like he was such a big part of this and he should be here, damn it. But he's okay. But yeah, that John Crease is shit. I mean, encouraging those kids to do. I mean, look, that's a little too far. He go trash it, whatever. But he spray painted the car. They spray painted the car. Cobra Kai never dies. Do you want to get caught? Why are you putting the damn dojo on the fucking car? Excuse me, I'm sorry, but that's just I saw that. I was like, why? Yeah, and I was like, no. And then they had the flashback of him just choose, and it was like, I can't handle this. This is too much. They're horrible children.
The Pat Morita scenes still get to me every time they do the flashbacks on all those.
Oh, whenever there's a flashback with Pat Morita, look, girl, season 3, we're going to be a wreck. I have a feeling it's going to be bad.
I do like that scene in the parking lot when Daniel sees that Crease is alive.
Well, look who's back from the dead.
And then Crease, being such an asshole, he's like, look, we're all back together. He goes, well, maybe not all of us. Like
my condolences.
He's like, wow, to the day he dies. But on a side note,
knuckles.
On a side note, I don't know if you guys follow Martin Cove on Twitter or see him on Twitter, but he is fantastic.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a great actor. He looks fantastic for his age.
Mhm.
And I mean, I don't know. He hasn't really been doing as he's done a lot of work in his career, but this is obviously like a late resurgence for him, and I'm very happy for him as an individual. And he's really like on Twitter, he's really taken ownership of the character. And I think that it was smart for the writers in the show to make him a big part of season 2 and likely season 3 because he is such a dynamic part of the show.
Yeah, Johnny's big mistake upon many of dealing with John Crease was when he left to visit. Which one was the Tommy? He went to visit Tommy because he was sick, leaving him not only in charge of the dojo, but with the paperwork, all of the bills, all of it, because that's when he gets in there, gets in touch with the landlord. It's not a handshake. It's official in ink now that he owns the dojo again. So go ahead.
No, go ahead. Johnny's first mistake with him was meeting him at the diner. You don't meet your ex-boyfriend, your abusive ex-boyfriend at the diner and let him talk you back into it.
For real.
Terrible. It was like so abusive ex-boyfriend the whole time when he came.
Is it not cringy? Like that whole scene, you're watching the abuser creep his way back in, and it's like, I'm so uncomfortable right now. Like, this is so uncomfortable to watch. I don't like it. But that's what makes him John Crease, is he creeps back in. That's how he works.
And he's got his 2 little moves. The one where he kind of holds this thing like this, and the one where he kind of gives a fist like this. It's like his 2 like major trademark moves. But I mean, he's great because at least we know with we'll get to Daniel and Johnny. There's a lot of gray in both of them. But at least with Crease, we have the dark, right? We know the evil, like, and it kind of balances the whole multiverse. Like, this is the bad guy, and there's no question there.
And he hangs up his damn picture in the office while he's gone, and I'm like, that's a red flag, bro. I would check some paperwork. And what's going on in there? And he keeps referring to his friend who took that picture, who is Terry Silver from Karate Kid Part 3.
Can we get it? Do we think Terry Silver's back this season?
Oh my god!
Yeah, but why would Crease be staying at a hostel? Yeah,
a hostel.
Wasn't he staying at like a Salvation?
Yeah. Essentially.
I thought you meant a hostel, like where they torture.
He might be too proud.
Like the movie Hostel.
Yeah, like Hostel.
Is he too proud? Is he too proud maybe to take the money? He's just too proud?
I don't know. If I had a rich friend and I needed to stay somewhere, I would call them first.
I would be I'd be in the driveway. I'd be showing up like Samantha did outside the house in my convertible. Hey, I heard you got like 20 rooms. Can I have one?
It's not outside the realm of possibility that Terry Silver, since his business was trading illegal toxic chemicals,
right,
could have gone, like, been arrested and lost all his money, right? Like his business was not a sound investment. It was like, it was like dumping toxic waste around the world. I mean,
but it never touched on that at the very end. Like, the only thing that bit him in the ass was Mike, the guy Mike wasn't it his name? Mike Barnes, and losing to a very extremely bloated Ralph Macchio in Karate Kid Part 3. I don't even get me started on that, but he's just very bloated, and it made me uncomfortable to watch. How he beat, just don't get it. But anyway, at the end of that, he just lost, and all the T-shirts got thrown at him. The Cobra Kai T-shirts were thrown at him. I think if he comes back, it'll be at the end or towards the end, kind of like if Allie Mills Schwarber comes back, it'll be towards the end. I don't see it right away.
Yeah, not right away. That's for
It'll be like a Luke Skywalker moment from The Mandalorian. That just happened, kind of thing.
There's 2 theories that have been kind of like, after season 1, there was a theory going that he might be Miguel's father, Terry Silver, because there's always reference of his father was that, your father was a bad person. We have to get away from him.
I've heard that he's Tori's father.
Then
so
that's a second theory.
Incestuous.
But I don't think he's gonna be both. I think he could be one or the other. Or he could be Tori's father, right? But I feel like he's got a connection to one of the kids. I wasn't sure where that is.
Could be Bert.
It could be Bert.
I'm thinking Bert.
But I kind of like the idea that we've seen that the slimy guy that Miguel's mother went out with on a date. I mean, she could have been wooed by a Terry Silver type too.
Yeah.
Right? Like that bad boy type, and that's why maybe she's so tough on Johnny, because she has no tolerance for that type of person anymore.
Right.
She doesn't give any benefit of the doubt. She has no room for that because she's been burned by Miguel's dad, whoever that is.
And he, being and he's obviously in karate, so she doesn't want her son having anything to do with it. But I think if that were his father, she would have been ironclad and would not have bent an inch on the karate thing. I think she would have been like, no, so I don't really think that's his father. I don't think he's tied to anyone but John Crease.
Okay.
But that's just me.
The other idea is that it might not be because the ages are a little way off for Terry Silver to be much older, but Mike Barnes would be a more logical scenario to be a father of somebody, because he's
Tori's father.
Yeah, because he's Tori. I mean, Mike Barnes is the age of Johnny and Daniel, so it's more likely that he'd have a teenage son, not Terry Silver, who's probably in his 60s.
Right.
So
Robin Lively from Karate Kid 3. Let's not count her out. She could have done effed up and had a kid with that asshole she was dating in Karate Kid 3. Remember? And this Tori could be that kid.
What if Robin Lively, the asshole she was dating, was Dutch? And he finally gets out of prison, bringing back my man. What's his name? The son of the famous actor,
Chad McQueen.
Steve McQueen's son. Can we get Chad McQueen back on my television set?
I wish, but that guy is into race cars and stuff, and they say he has zero interest in coming back.
Too bad. He's my favorite character.
He's a great character. Dutch was awesome. I can't even. He was such a dick. And I thought he was I thought he was the hot one out of all of them. I was like,
What do you think, the Sugar? Who was the hottest of the original Cobra Kais from the first movie?
I never thought any of them was hot. I was Daniel was my first crush. Daniel was my first
little Ralph Macchio action. I respect that.
I was like 7 when the original film came out, and my babysitter had 2 teenage daughters, and they would watch me after school, and we went to the movies and saw this on the big screen, and they were all about Ralph Macchio. I mean, all over the wall and everything. And I'm like 7 years old. I don't have a crush on any. My biggest crush was Elliot from E.T. at that point in my life. Okay, that was it for me. We were supposed to be married and have kids, but I mean, I could see that. Like he was very cute, very good looking young man.
Yeah.
But I think nice too.
Yeah, he was a nice man. He rode his bike to school, He was a bit of a dick at the Christmas party, at the Halloween party, though. He caused that.
He caused that fight.
He did cause that fight. 100%.
He had a great costume.
He had a great costume. I liked it. I tell you what, so for Crease, and one thing I want to discuss that's in the in the trailer, it's not really a spoiler, and it makes perfect sense, and also gives hope to Aisha coming back in the future, is they're bringing a character back from season 1 that was not in season 2 at all, okay? And he is probably the perfect person to go to Cobra Kai, and that is our boy Kyler.
The worst name. I hate his name. So Kyler. It's horrible. Like
And he had no redeeming qualities in the first season. And he's kind of probably, I could see him being the perfect ideal student for Crease.
Yeah.
To really put that bad mark on Cobra Kai. Like, this is a bad dojo, and look at our star student being Kyler.
I wouldn't be surprised if they expanded a little bit on him or kind of made him a punchline or a joke of some kind. I mean, because didn't he pick on Hawk? Yes,
and we'll get to that because in the trailer, it looks like Hawk's not very happy that he's in the dojo, and Crease is like, And Crease is like, oh, we got to welcome him. So there's a little conflict there,
So before we move on to number 5, which is Hawk.
Okay.
John Crease, do you think, okay, he's obviously running the dojo at the end of season 2. He's got the students. Season 3, what do you think? You think he's going to lose the dojo, or is it just going to be the same? Or is this whole season just going to revolve around Daniel and Johnny getting together and trying to whoop his ass? I mean, it may not even concentrate on that.
I think that this is going to be about that the fall of John Crease is going to be a 2-season arc. I think that at the end of this season, he's going to be sitting there with all these top students, maybe Robbie, a Kyler. If you can keep Hawk in line, he might lose Hawk, a Tori. And I think it's going to look like Cobra Kai. Maybe Terry Silver pops back in the picture. And Cobra Kai is on top. I think Cobra Kai is going to look so strong at the end of the season, and then it's about taking them down.
He's going to lose really bad, and the end scene will be him knocking on the door, and Terry Silver's going to open that door, and it's going to cut, and then we got to wait for season 4, and I'm going to freak out. I'm going to freak out.
That'd be fantastic. What do you think, the sugar?
I concur. But I'm more excited. I really want Allie. I want to talk about Allie, but
yes, go ahead.
Do you want to talk about Allie during Daniel or Johnny's part? You want to talk about her now? It's up to you.
Let's go ahead and take a break from these guys.
Talk about Allie then.
So the only thing that we've seen is that she accepted his Facebook request or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
He sent her. Yeah, he sent her a message on Facebook, which is kind of weird because my experience with Facebook, if you send me a message on Facebook and we're not friends, I can't see that message unless you go look for it. So I don't know. Wardog doesn't have Facebook, so he doesn't have that problem.
No.
What? Really?
No.
I know, right?
But she sent him a friend request.
Right.
I don't know what that means. So
she just went through a divorce and she's thinking about.
I think she did, right?
Is that confirmed?
That's what I'm hoping because
I know. I mean, why would she?
I wanted her to come back, and I wanted to cause problems with Daniel and his wife. And I think I want them to get all competitive over her again, and I want some drama.
I'm friends with some of my exes. I'm trolling. I'm not even gonna lie. I want to see what's going on with you. I'm the nice exes I'm friends with, not the assholes. But I still troll. Don't worry.
I mean, I think that if she does come back, and correct me if I'm wrong here, the sugar, but it's going to be more about, there might be a little bit of Daniel looking at her, but I think it's more about a dynamic between her and Johnny.
Yeah.
But what about Miguel's mom, though? I want that so bad. I want that relationship.
But what if Johnny and Allie start dating, and then that would drive Daniel insane because he's already losing it. He's already feeling like
Daniel is losing.
I'm the good guy. I'm the good guy.
I would personally love it. I would love it if Johnny and Allie got together. I think it would be great. They were high school sweethearts. He was under the influence of John Crease. Let's just do a little Star Wars analogy. At that time, Johnny was in the dark side. He was really a Jedi, but he was under the influence of the Emperor. And then the Emperor left, and now he's a real Jedi. So now she's seeing the good in him. Does that make sense?
Did you just describe Anakin Skywalker?
He's like Anakin Skywalker, maybe, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Just lose everybody.
Honestly, I think I would like, maybe I'm in the minority, but I would like for him and Allie to go on a couple of dates and then him realize that it's Miguel's mother he actually wants.
Okay.
So sometimes you have to go back into the past to realize that was a special part of your past, and you could be friends, but that is not where you are now as a human. You've evolved.
Elizabeth Shue is so famous that they would be very lucky if they can get her from even one episode.
Oscar. She's a freaking Oscar.
Yeah, but it is, I don't know, who knows? Maybe she has such a soft spot for it, and
maybe, I mean,
it's an amazing show. Everybody's into it, then maybe she will. I just really hope she does. But I don't think she's going to be on it more than
she looks fabulous.
Maybe not, because her run on the show The Boys, I'll give you the spoiler, is over. I don't know if you guys saw The Boys on Amazon Prime. She's
done.
Amazing.
They can bring that back.
Yeah, her role is over on The Boys.
Yeah. She's got time.
So she got time, and she was fantastic on The Boys.
Oh, so, yeah.
Fantastic, period.
Sometimes that brings you like that. It gets you that bolt, gets you that jolt to keep the juices going, right? Like, I just finished 2 seasons of a great show. I love my character, and now I want to get back into it. So maybe she's willing to commit. And also, it's not like it was maybe too risky early on, but now that they've seen the success of the show, it's an easier sell to Elizabeth Shue. Like, people like the show. Like, you don't have to be on
her turning down season 1. I think a lot of people were leery of season 1, and they're like, "Shit, no, I'm not."
Wasn't it? Did they say they could only put it on YouTube because they couldn't?
Nobody else wanted it. And now look, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's when it came on Netflix, the 2 seasons. I ate that up like, what? Why did I ever hear of this? What, like, how?
It had been, the first season had been out, I think, a month or 2 before I watched it. And I was just sitting at home one Friday, and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch the first episode. And then I watched the second. I binged the whole thing in one Friday. I was like, my fiance at the time, I was like, I can't, we're not going out tonight or doing anything. You just stay home. I got to finish this show, and I don't want you coming over because then I have to explain everything. And I'm not starting over.
This is
priorities.
No. now you're talking to us about it.
No, I mean, I would love for her to have at least a few episode arc on the show.
Like, does she have children?
I would love her to have the whole thing, but
yeah, I mean, she might though. I don't know. I mean, they purposely kept her out of the trailer, so we don't know. She's not in the trailer. Right? We know that Chosen and Kumiko, we could talk about it maybe when Daniel comes up, are part of the show, but we don't know anything about her. We're just assuming. But for sure, the last scene of the series is her friend request. You can't just put that out there and then just not have her at all. You know what I'm saying?
There was the torture that came up on the screen, and then it went black in credits. And I was like,
my husband and I were like, "Oh my god, yeah!"
And how good was that version of Cruel Summer?
I love it.
Yeah,
I can't listen to Cruel Summer by Bananarama ever without thinking of the Karate Kid.
And that was a great update.
Oh, man,
who covered that? Who did the new cover of that? I gotta look that up. That was a really good cover.
But okay, well, let's get real quick to number 5, which is Hawk. Let me get back in here to sharing this.
Eli Moskowitz.
Eli Horowitz. Moskowitz or Horowitz?
It's Moskowitz or Moskowitz. I don't know.
Who cares?
It's Hawk. It's Hawk.
It's just Hawk. And I love how every time they say his name, like they did more in season 1. They didn't really do it. I just don't get how a 17-year-old has a freaking tattoo that big on his back. Like, it's illegal where I am.
Remember, he has a big ID.
Oh, that's right. Okay, you're right, Sugar. Okay, that explains it. Now my OCD can calm down a little bit, because I will obsess on, and I've been obsessing on, how does he have a freaking tattoo? He's 17. You can't go to a tattoo parlor where I live and not be 18.
You can't get a tattoo that big at a tattoo parlor and not cause a little, like, people check it out and stop, and like somebody would be like, "You don't look like you're," but who really?
It's not happening. But he also got Moon tattooed.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
That was a good move, though. Wait, that was fake?
No, that was a mistake.
It was real.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
no, it wasn't. It was very small. You can cover that up easily.
The only man who's I've got my son's initials on my wrist. That is the only. I will put.
My husband has my body.
Does he? I love my husband to death, but I am not, not yet.
Yeah.
He starts out as, in season 1, quiet with what's his name? The other guy, Dimitri.
Dimitri.
and he's a nerd or whatever, and he ends up getting with Cobra Kai and is given all kinds of shit by Johnny Lawrence in the beginning of season 1 because of the way he looks. Yeah. And you feel sorry for him. And now I don't even see the lip anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you guys, but I don't even see it because he's confident in the hair. But he has really, like, would you compare him to Dutch?
He's the Dutch of this show.
Do you think he's the Dutch of the group?
Yes, he is.
Okay. I got a lot of Dutch vibes.
He might not be the Dutch. It looks like from the trailer, like when he sees Kyler around, he might be going through his own resurgence and his own going back to like being a good person. But for now, he's the Dutch, and I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, he gets so excited in the finale of the and just starts hitting people like he even takes out a teacher. I mean, he is on. He is on.
He gets humbled by Dimitri, who's so annoying.
Okay, first of all, Dimitri, like this is just why I took him off the list for me, because he's too much for me. And then the whole mall scene, I actually like the mall fight. I love the mall fight. I love the way they're choreographed and shot. I love it. But why are you running your mouth again at a freaking party after all of that shit that just went down in the mall? And and he pours a drink on your head and you continue like you're like Daniel like you are asking to get your ass hole rearranged.
Plus,
that's it.
Who goes to a high school party and brings Trivial Pursuit with them? You should have got asked for that.
How does this kid know what Trivial Pursuit is? We know what Trivial Pursuit is, but I'm just like, how does he know? I don't know, but who does? I don't know. Oh,
and Hawk, he gave Dimitri plenty of chances to join Cobra Kai. Like, like hey, why are you using our towel? Why are you telling these girls on the beach for Cobra Kai, whatever? But then he never went out of the way to like clown him publicly like that until he did that video or talking shit about Cobra Kai, right? So
yeah.
Dimitri started that. And then second, Dimitri started going about personal things, about his bedwetting, about his robot camp. So like it never did Hawk initiate with Dimitri. He was trying to work with him, and he actually felt insulted. Like, how are you going to go out there and say that stuff about my dojo? You know how much it cares about me. Just because you didn't understand it, now you're going to say it's assault and try to like belittle it.
Hawk never went personal. Yeah, he never went personal. Like he called him a nerd and he humiliated him. Like he never brought up like, what if Dimitri shit himself all the time when he was a kid? Exactly. Like he didn't bring that up.
Probably in the mall, he probably shit himself.
I don't think then he would have said anything about his bedwetting if
right. It's like, why even bring it up at the party? And then at the end, and we're really supposed to believe during that fight at the end that he really takes out Hawk like that.
I think it was. I think Hawk just oversold. Like sometimes it could be that Hawk was way too confident, and that was just a little case of humility. Like Hawk would win that fight 9 out of 10 times, but at that point he was just sometimes just too cocky. Like this is too easy. And then he got that point which he was like doing the wax on, the sand in the floor, and he realized, and he got him with one good kick, just like how Daniel got Johnny the good kick. Like, and Johnny was a better fighter.
Sometimes.
So that was a kind of correlation to it. And that's why I'm very interested to see, does he descend farther into Dutchland? or does he end up realizing that method doesn't work?
And he can have a bleached blonde mohawk.
Oh, if he comes out with that.
Whoa. That's a lot.
So I don't know. I mean, I would love to see where Hawk goes.
Do you think so his girlfriend Moon is now a lesbian?
Yes, she is. Good for her.
And
very interested in that.
How does that make him feel? Like, I dated a girl and now she's into girls. What does that do to his psyche? That might mess him up too, because he may think, oh my God, like I turned her into a lesbian.
he went total like school shooter at the last episode.
Yeah.
So, like I don't know if there's any coming back for him.
Yeah. And I got your name right. She said, I didn't ask you to do that. Damn. Burn.
Yeah. And she brought balance to him, right? Moon?
Mm-hmm. She brought everyone together at that party.
Yeah.
And to bring peace. And I do like the little Moon character. I've always thought that she's cute. She and the actor, Zolo Mandura, I hope I'm saying his name right, who plays Miguel, they're actually a couple in real life.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Okay. And they're adorable. They're all over like Instagram together. They're so cute.
Okay,
they're so cute.
There you go.
Yeah. But she brought balance to him, and it's amazing how when you have the right person in your life, you do better, you feel better, and as soon as she's gone, it's just all hell breaks loose. But you know, I think getting his ass handed to him by Dimitri, I think that in season 3, I believe there's going to be another showdown between the two of them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, 100%. I think he's going to be enraged over what happened to Miguel. It's just he may try to F with Daniel. Who knows? I mean, it's open season right now between the two.
And Miguel balanced him too. Miguel always kind of put like a leash on him. So without Miguel, is he now the leader of Cobra Kai?
Right, because Miguel really brought balance. Like he brought balance to Johnny, especially with Crease. Like he would go to him and say, "Are you sure we should be doing this?" Like he had the common sense, and now that's gone. So it's like, what do you do without that rock, without that balance in between? It's like you're going to end up saying the wrong thing. You're going to end up doing all kinds of that crazy shit that you regret later, like sending the text to the wrong person and talking shit about it. I mean, you know, all kinds of fun things. So I'm kind of interested to see he's got no Moon. He doesn't have Miguel.
No Aisha.
Aisha. This poor kid is just
always got anger. He's got anger, a lot of that.
And a mohawk.
And Bert.
And he's got Bert.
And Stingray.
Bert and I would hang out with Bert and Stingray. I feel like maybe Stingray might have some good life advice. Like maybe he's made some mistakes, some real hardcore mistakes that they could learn from. Like, look, I'm 35 and okay, just listen to me for 5 minutes.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Who knows? Okay, so are we ready to move on?
Yeah, number 4. Who we got?
We got Daniel Larusso. So let me find him real quick.
Now, the fact that Daniel Larusso is number 4 on a show about the Karate Kid universe just kind of shows you how good the show is, right?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
He's spiraling. To me, he did a lot of spiraling in season 2. Like he was trying to do the good thing and it just kept biting him in the ass. It just was falling apart. The bottom is falling.
They said he was cultural appropriation.
Yeah. He's losing it. He's lost it.
He's really upset at that whole Valley Fest. He had the whole karate show going on.
He was doing his peaceful, and then Cobra Kai shows up, and that was it. It's on now.
He didn't get a chance to break the ice. The ice was melted at the end because he didn't get a chance.
Karate Kid 2, which was monumental. That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. But I cannot wait to see where he goes on this trip to Okinawa.
I can't. Oh my God.
That trailer that came out today, the one I shared with you guys before, when it's like 40 seconds, check it out. It's
Chosen.
Him and Chosen, and they're talking about secrets, that Miyagi has secrets. And I just think that Chosen is one of my favorite characters from the show. Like, from the movie, like Karate Kid 2. I just love he was a great villain.
Now, Wardog, you and I had a conversation about the actor who plays Chosen a while back. I came across The Crow, which is a great movie. Unfortunately, they've made tons of shitty sequels. Okay. Well, I caught one that was made in 2006. Don't get me started. I don't know the name of it. It was The Crow starring Eddie Furlong from Terminator 2, bloated and aged out, and this is all they could get. But anyway, Chosen was in it as one of the bad guys, and I flipped out. I was texting Wardog. I'm watching The Crow Part 17.
Yeah.
And freaking Chosen is in it. What is happening right now? Not Chosen, and he did a good job. He's a good actor. He really is. And he was he was raised in the United States, and he does a great accent. That whole accent in The Karate Kid Part 2, I was convinced he was
like real Japanese. He was Okinawa.
Yeah. Just like Pat Morita did an amazing job. But yeah, I just thought that was funny that
his gi in Karate Kid 2, the fight scene was the best gi in the entire Karate Kid universe.
Oh yeah,
that whole like black and gold, Steeler vibe to it, whatever it was. that gi with the pattern.
He comes floating down.
Breaking
coming down, popping all the lights out. That fight was epic.
Yeah, the crane kick did nothing to him.
Oh, he pulls the crane kick and freaking Chosen slaps that shit out of his bitch. What? Get out of here.
Do we have predictions? Oh,
no, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Predictions for Daniel, the sugar. What do you got?
Predictions for what the secret is.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, my brain is on overload right now with Karate Kid stuff. Like, I can't think. Like, I know, like, my mind. Okay, well, we've got to start with, why did he go to Okinawa in the first? Why is he going to Okinawa? Probably because the shit's dumpster fire of his life that was created in season 2. So he's going there to unwind.
Why though? There's got to be a reason to go. Why is he going there? Does he get a letter from Kumiko?
Kumiko
sends him a letter because they're like something. They're doing something with. They found Miyagi's things and they're about to get rid of them or something like that.
What if they're together? What if Kumiko
and Chosen?
I can't say her name. And Chosen are together. What if Kyler is their child and that's the secret?
But he's from Tarzan. He's from remember he said
they sent him to the United States for a better life. They just wanted him to have more opportunity. I think I did. We just cracked it. That's it. Spoiler.
What is the secret though? What is the secret?
What
if it's something to do with like that the Miyagi version of karate that essentially Miyagi's father taught him and Sato? What if that can only be taught to Okinawans? And that was a secret that Miyagi never told him. That he was kind of breaking the rule by teaching it to like an American and somebody from not Okinawa. That was a family thing. That can only be taught to those people. And now the whole time he's kind of like thinking, oh man, the whole time that Miyagi never told me, and I'm out here spreading his way of teaching. But in reality, I was never supposed to learn this. This was a family, an island thing. I don't know. Because it seemed like Chosen was really quick in the trailer to grab that one secret away. Like, no, you don't get this.
Why would you protecting them? Anyway, I think that that is a move. That's a move that he killed somebody with, and has brought him shame all these years, and so he doesn't want anybody to know the move. And that's why he's trying to always not fight. He's always trying to be peaceful because he killed a man.
Oh, Miyagi did, you thinking?
Yes.
And that's why he left Japan and went to the U.S.
Maybe.
He was in hiding for 40 years.
Did I figure it out? Did I crack it?
That's 2 codes we've cracked. 2 major. I'm serious. That could have happened for real.
Because we always thought that he left because he fell in love with the other woman that was engaged with Sato. But that didn't make a sense for him to leave that woman behind, right?
Right.
And we know that he came to America and married somebody else, right? And then joined the U.S. Army and went to World War II. So we know that.
Well, he left her twice. He left her the first time, and then he left her after Karate Kid.
Yeah. So but it didn't make sense. You're right. Maybe he actually was on the run, and Sato was more about like, you have some shame showing up here again.
Mm-hmm. You killed a man.
You killed
a man.
You killed a man.
I mean, but,
first of all, rest in peace, Sato. I looked him up. He obviously he's dead.
Man, that sucks. I hate. And you know what? The whole thing about Karate Kid 2 is Chosen, that fight between Chosen and Daniel is so good. It was great up until the very end when freaking Daniel goes, live or die, man. And he goes, die. And he goes, wrong. Honk. Okay. That worked in the beginning with Miyagi and Crease. That shit don't float here. Okay. It should have been something else. That has bothered me and plagued me since I was 9 years old.
It was a great fight. It was a great fight.
It was a great fight.
He was just like the punches as if it was like that, the instrument, right? And he was just kind of like, pretty much, he was beating Chosen's ass.
He was beating his ass. But there's some new stuff that, because they said that Chosen and, Sato and Miyagi were both taught by Miyagi's dad.
Yeah.
So they had the same sensei. But what sensei do Daniel and Chosen have in common?
No, they don't. They said they're cousins because he was taught by Miyagi and Chosen was taught by Sato. So both of their senseis had the same sensei. So he was like, we're karate cousins.
Okay, we're karate. Yeah, so doesn't make us karate cousins. Yeah, I remember that now. Oh, that was funny.
So it's kind of like it's almost like Sato and Miyagi are like siblings when it comes to karate, right?
Right. Well, it's like, what happened? Okay, what's her name again? I'm so sorry.
Kumiko?
Miko? Is it Miko?
No, Kumiko. You're talking about
Kumiko. I always screw that up. I'm Southern. I have a big tongue. Kumiko. I'm trying to say it right. What happened to her? She was like, did she do the big dance school? What is Daniel doing? Having dinner or lunch with her? Where's the wife? Like, we already know the marriage was in shambles from season 2, but they kind of made up at the end. But like, how would you feel if you went?
Do you think he goes by himself? Does he go to Japan by himself?
Like, who's he with? Who did he take? Because it doesn't look like anyone's with him from the trailer. He go by himself.
Look like, I would think the only person maybe he would, if it was during some type of school break, take Samantha with him. But maybe not. Maybe he's by himself.
His son. Maybe he took his son because we know how much you love his son.
Oh God, Anthony Jr.
Anthony Jr. We know how much you love him.
He's so terrible. He's a waste of character.
Maybe that's the secret. He has to pass it on to a male heir, and he has to you need to bring your son out here. We got to get him off the Nintendo and get him into it. What do you think?
I don't know. Now I'm actually very intrigued. What is the secret? What is something that Chosen was kept so close to the vest?
Well, you don't have to wait too long to find out.
We want to wait too long.
Okay, are you guys? Let me ask you a question. Okay, so Daniel is going. We already know where he's going. He's going to
soul searching about Miyagi. He's going
in Okinawa with his hot ex-girlfriend, who looks fabulous, by the way.
Yeah, she looks fabulous.
Looks beautiful, fabulous. So. What was I forgot what I was going to ask. Okay, let's move on. I'll remember eventually.
Who's number 3?
Number 3.
Number 3 is a badass bitch.
It's Tori with a Y.
I like her because
she's fantastic.
Doing television, the bad girl.
Man, she does a good. This bitch gets on the intercom at just walks her ass on in the office.
Fight.
You know what you did, and I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch.
Right away, kicks her right off. Like it's home. They're like in homeroom.
They are.
They just got there.
She grabs the mic and pretty much announces like, I'm coming right now to kick your ass. So we're not even talking about it.
Right now, I don't even have my assigned locker yet to put my stuff in. I need to prepare for this fight.
Poor Samantha actually had her book bag when she met her in the hallway. Like she still had a book bag on. And Tori came to fight.
She's got the knuckles, like the bracelet, turns it into a whoa. That girl's got some spunk.
Even the scene we first meet her in, she goes toe-to-toe with Miguel, right? At the dojo.
Yeah. That fight never ended either. It was like, oh, did you see that coming? Oh, did you see that coming? Oh, no, I didn't. Did you see it? Like, it just went on and on with them outdoing each other. But
I kind of like them better as a couple. I kind of like Miguel and Tori better as a couple.
I think Tori is her own woman and doesn't need a man.
Oh, okay. I feel that.
I think Tori should get with Moon.
I see that. Look, hey, I'm for that. I could co-sign that. Why not? You know what that would do to Hawk? Holy shit.
What would that do to the Wardog? Just kidding.
He's a young,
A little young
girl.
for the Wardog.
Yeah, a little young. Tori with Moon. I don't know, maybe. How about Tori with Robbie? The real, get back at y'all. That could happen. To try to get back at Miguel and Samantha.
Well, she shows up and it just, she's the reason this whole fight started. If you want to get technical, she's the reason why Miguel's in the hospital.
Yes.
Because she showed up with the stank attitude on the intercom during homeroom.
Yeah.
Okay. She started the whole thing and she was out for blood. Like this legit, the anger, she was like Chosen Jr. Like that rage that like you dishonored me, you kissed my boyfriend, you you're a goody goody. I hate you. Like that whole part, like when they're at the dadgum country club and she gets the vodka and is like, oh, she's like, you should put that. Samantha's like, you should put that away. And I'm like, will you just punch Samantha in the face right now, please? Just fucking punch her. What? Who just ignore it? Who cares? You're not the one who's going to get in trouble. She's already started in on her about that. So I was kind of happy when Samantha got the pudding all over
her.
I really didn't, because I don't care about Samantha. I'm horrible. Like I'm beating on Samantha this season, like I did Robbie in season 1. It's bad.
Maybe you're right. Maybe she don't need anybody. Couple. She's her own woman.
Where is she going to go though? Because she started the fight. It's the first day of school. Now she's not, she was registered because Aisha and Miguel were like, I texted and called and she didn't show up and it's really bad to miss the first day of school.
Yeah. Oh, she was there. She was in the intercom office.
Yeah. So she technically was there. Started the whole thing. Like, do you get expelled for something like this? Like, how does this even work in 2020?
I mean, she's likely to get expelled for this.
Yeah.
I would definitely think she's expelled for this. What did you even know?
I don't know. I graduated in 95. If there was a huge fight at school, you just got ISS for 4 days. Like things have definitely changed.
A deadly weapon.
But she's a deadly weapon. Yeah. And she grabbed intercom from a teacher and started a big brawl. So it's different than a fight.
Yeah, this is a whole different ball of wax.
This is not suspension. This is, I think, expulsion.
I want her backstory. So
what is
season.
Is it Terry Silver's daughter?
Should we make up a backstory?
Go ahead, make a backstory up.
Let's make up a backstory.
No. Well, she doesn't have a father, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Her mother overdosed when she was 12.
Oh, who does she live with? Grandma?
She had to move in with grandma.
She lives with grandma.
She lives with grandma, and grandma is a little bit not neglective. She's a little bit aloof, and she doesn't know this area because she's from somewhere else, right? She's not from Southern California.
She's like grandma from Bad Santa. She's like Cloris Leachman. You come over and she offers you sandwiches. Like she has no idea what's going on.
She has no idea what's going on. She had a boyfriend that she cared about because she grew up in Cincinnati. But her mother was like a meth head over there, right? Died.
Right.
Dead. She comes out here. She maybe she lived with an aunt for a little while, and then that didn't work out because the uncle was a little bit borderline, maybe abusive, maybe a little bit child. It was some weird scenarios.
She had a rough life.
Toward inappropriateness.
So she went out to California, and but when she was after her mother died, she had done some karate, of course, right? She knows karate. And
how do all these kids in Reseda love karate? Is it Reseda? Where are they? Malibu? Where do they live now?
Well, I think it's like the original movie. It's like the rich ones live in Encino,
okay,
and the poor ones live in Reseda.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. She came out here. She learned karate somewhere. That's one backstory.
Somewhere.
And then, but her father is Terry Silver.
Coincidence that she knew karate and then moved to the town where all the kids were taking karate.
I think her backstory could be she was just like Samantha, a goody goody, never did anything wrong. And something happened, like maybe she got bullied really bad. Like it could have been, it could have been like a Hawk situation. And she like blossomed and became and just got real bitter and maybe she was attacked by someone and decided to take a few, because she said she just took some kickboxing lessons. Girl, that ain't just some kickboxing. I've gone to free Groupon kickboxing classes and I'm not doing that. Okay. So she definitely took up some self-defense. I think there's a reason for it. And she just, she's just angry. She's full of a lot of anger. I don't think honestly, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't think she's related to anybody of significance. Okay. I really don't. I think they threw that Tori with an I in there for people to go, oh my God, because it was Allie with an I. Maybe that's her daughter. I don't know. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Because Allie, if she might be going through a divorce, but she does not look like an absentee parent. That's not her character. That wouldn't be Allie Mills Schwarber's character. No,
I don't think that. And
Terry Silver. I mean, actually, or Mike Barnes. It could be Mike.
Man,
it could be Silver, but it could be Mike Barnes.
Could it have been Snake's daughter?
Snake's daughter, maybe.
She's pissed off because, oh my God, you had all these awesome karate people around you and you didn't take advantage of it.
If Snake has a child, and it's possibly a child at 20 years old, it'd be Stingray.
Maybe she's Stingray's daughter. Maybe she doesn't know who her father is, and we find out
it's Stingray.
In season 3.
And that's why she's so upset about life.
She gets worse.
My dad's Stingray.
Nobody will ever know. Okay, who's next? I think we'll find out a lot about her.
I want a backstory.
I'm very interested because she needs a backstory.
So right, number two is the one and only Jonathan Lawrence.
Sensei.
I'm sorry. Sensei.
The Wardog needs you to respect Sensei Lawrence, please.
Send it to the internet.
Send it to the hash brown it and send it to the internet. Can I just say my two favorite moments for him in this whole season 2? So he does the dating app and he talks about all the things he likes and he gets the laptop and doesn't know how to turn it on. And then he like binges everything on YouTube. Hot babes, wet t-shirt babes, Iron Fist, Iron Eagle. I love it.
I also like that dinner scene they have at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh,
and they first start talking about
double date.
The double date. First of all, talking about how I got double the class size, and then they go back and forth. And then like Daniel's wife's like, "We're doing this."
Oh, so this is happening.
This is happening. So I guess that's a thing. He's great.
That was a good scene. I love that.
That was a great double date.
That was a great day. I love how his Miguel's mother introduces herself to the Larusos. Hi, I'm Miguel's mother. I feel really bad about them breaking up, and they're like, "We're not. Your son freaking hit our daughter. What are you talking about?"
I think that Daniel's wife was a little bit like, oh, okay, but like Daniel's like, yeah, we really feel really bad about that.
And we feel horrible.
But Carmen, that's her name, right? Miguel's mother, Carmen.
Yeah, Carmen, and he kept it a secret from the Cobra Kai that Robbie Swayze Keane is his son.
Yeah,
which ended up coming out, and that played a little bit, a part in some of the students turning on him and following Crease. One of them. So secrets once again coming out. Secrets. He didn't even mean to send that message to Allie on Facebook because hi, I'm on the Facebook. It's an app.
Yeah. He didn't want to send it. That girl bumped into him.
Yeah. But I loved his character. Like, he gets better to me. He just got so much better from season 1 to season 2 for me. Just his whole facial expressions, everything just got better. What do y'all think?
I love Johnny.
I love him too.
We know the Wardog loves Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny's amazing. I mean, Johnny is number 2 overall on the list. He was also, he was number 1 on my list. The person who's number 1 is number 2 on my list. So they're interchangeable, but Johnny, everything about him, like you could see even his facial expressions, that the different motions he's going through, right? He's constantly tormented between what he's just taught and what he thinks is right. And then he falls back to what he's comfortable. And then he goes forward to what he needs to do. Like even the dating, like the app was like a microcosm. I want Iron Eagle 2, this, that, and the other. Then you realize he goes on dates and he tries to like match the person that, that he's talking to. Like she's got phone, like you never heard of a smartwatch? She's like, well, I have a smartphone. Like,
yeah, I can read it on this.
Yeah, I get my emails here. And he's just like, it's just little things. Another update? I just got this. But like he's really fantastic and he means well. And you can see him at the end of the hospital scene. He's tearing up listening to Miguel, and he hears that voicemail and Miguel left him.
Oh, that.
And
well,
he also,
go ahead.
And he also feels like every time he looks at Robbie, it's almost like a pained look. He has a hard time being Robbie's father because you realize how much he failed him. And with Miguel, he's never failed Miguel. So in a way, not that he loves Miguel more than Robbie, in a way when Miguel is his chance to actually be a good father because he's never failed him. At least now he realizes, oh shit, I failed him too. Like I failed all these boys. I'm a failure.
After that heart-to-heart conversation that they had where he's sharing like the night that Robbie was born with Miguel. He's like, I failed him on his first night. And Miguel's like, well, this is private. I don't know if you want to share this with me. And he's like, oh no, we're going there. This is happening. And he really opens up to him and they really have that bonding, which I thought was really sweet. My heart, like this whole season he lost Tommy, that whole episode when they're in the bar and I loved it. It was just, and they put him in a body bag. And
I didn't like that too much.
You didn't like that too much?
I mean, it's a little bit too much. Sometimes it's the only time I think the fan service went a little bit too, like, it's like I just have to put him in a body bag. Plus, in real life, he died this year.
It was a little overkill.
Yeah, so Rob Thomas, who plays Tommy, died in real life. Maybe in 2019.
Before this season release.
Yeah, when the season came out. And it was after season 2 got released, but season 2 has been out for 2 years now. He died. I don't know if he was already sick, and directors knew that. I don't know what he died of. And like,
he had cancer. He had cancer.
Oh, did he have cancer in real life? So then it made sense to like write in the script in that. So, but he was also a shout out to Rob Thomas because he was tweeting about it, and he was so excited when the show got released. He could talk about him being on the show, and
I love that reunion episode. I thought it was a great episode. For me, though, Johnny, I think at the end of season 1, he was riding high. He had his dojo. He had his students. He was, obviously disappointed with how Hawk and Miguel won because, like you said, a pussy move, which really heightened when Crease comes back. But all of a sudden, you're up high. You're doing better. You're doing something with your life. And your abuser comes in the picture. And it's a tale as old as time. This happens to people all the time. When you're doing better and you're doing great with your life, that one person that abused you or treated you like shit will pop the fuck up and try to mess with you. And I felt so bad for him because they're sitting there in that diner and they're talking, and John Crease is working him. He works him this whole time, and he ends up paying the price in the very end, losing the dojo, losing everything. And there was this time during season 2 where you really see Johnny, show mercy, know when to stop, do this, do that. Like he really did change. Like this circle was almost complete, and then the bottom falls out. And I felt so bad for him, especially when he's in the hospital with Miguel and he's upset. And then he's on the beach and that freaking song starts and he throws the phone. Oh my God. And it's just, he walks off, and it was just, what is going to happen to him now? What's going to happen to that car that he left on the beach?
He leaves the car behind also.
He left his keys in the car. He's going to the car.
I'm like, wait, hold on a minute, Johnny. It's not that bad. Hold on. Let's just keep the car.
Don't do it, Johnny.
Yeah, where's he going?
Yeah, I think he's going back to the hospital.
His keys in his car and throw his phone if he ever plans on that's what I'm saying. It's going to start off with like I don't know.
Is he gonna make an alliance with Daniel? Or is there gonna be 3 different packs? Or we have 3 different groups here? Like, is he just gonna be focused on Miguel? Because on the trail, it's like he's training Miguel.
Going to die. I think he wants to die.
Well, I think he's, there's a lot going on there. I think there's a lot of mental.
Your car keys in the car.
Yeah.
And walk away and throw your phone.
I think something's going to happen to him along those lines. And then he stops himself.
Yeah, he's not going to actually die.
Yeah, and snaps out of it because you see him training Miguel in the trailer.
Okay.
In the hospital.
Yeah.
And then you also see in the trailer Daniel and Johnny working together, beating up a group of guys together. I think they're going to come together. I possibly think, maybe I'm thinking in my mind this trip to Okinawa is going to take place towards the end of the season.
Really?
And I think maybe he takes Johnny with him, but how can he train Miguel if he goes? So scratch that.
No.
But I don't think I don't think Johnny can leave the United States for something that happened in Applebee's. I don't know.
I think that the Okinawa trip's gonna be early in the season.
You think so? I think it might be in the end, Wardog. We'll see.
Really? We'll see. I don't know. You're right, but I still don't know what something's gonna want to bring him out there. We don't know what it is yet.
Just maybe some soul searching. I don't know.
Maybe. Wait, could it be that that Chosen is Mr. Miyagi's son?
I thought about that like 15 minutes ago, but then I'm like, no, because I'm about to mention, but then I was like thinking before I said it out loud, and I'm like, but then Karate Kid 2 makes no sense.
Okay.
Well, his wife died in childbirth. So I think the son died, obviously, I guess, because he was reading, in Karate Kid 1 that Mr. Miyagi's wife died in childbirth. So,
and he hadn't been in Japan for 40 years, so it can't be his kid.
The kid would have been a lot older than Chosen.
All right. Never mind.
What if, okay, here's another one. What if Daniel and Kumiko did the dirty and Kyler's their kid?
Too young. That was 30-some years ago. Kyler
Damn it. I want Kyler to belong to somebody so bad. Can you tell? I'm reaching here.
I think if we have anything, we have a Terry Silver or Mike Barnes offspring. I just don't know which one it is.
Tori, it has to be. It has to be. Am I the only one that's disturbed every time Robbie and Samantha make out because they look so much alike? It just looks like a brother and sister kissing. This hit me today on the rewatch. I was like, ugh, I don't know. But
I actually have a problem, and maybe this is like an adult to me. I kind of hate anytime. Now I think they're both over 18, but I don't think they were when they filmed season 2. I kind of bothers me every time you have teenagers kind of forced to kiss in scenes. I know it's just kissing. And I know they probably want to, think it's cool, but I just don't know. I just feel like, I know it's part of the show, but it just does kind of bother me a little bit, because what if they don't want to? They just don't have the ability to, like, they're doing what their parents tell them to do.
Making them, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have the acting experience. You might be able to touch on that more, but I feel like, maybe if you're a 16-year-old girl, maybe you feel pressure, like this is the scene, I have to do it. But I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit reaching sometimes.
When on Gilmore Girls, like he was like 26 and I was like 24, 20, I think I was 23 or 24, and we fully went for it, but we discussed it first. But we were like attracted to each other, so I had fun. Like I haven't had to like make out with some like old nasty dude or whatever in a movie or anything. So it's always a high guy like Simon Baker. So I'm okay with that.
Oh,
all right.
I've been lucky.
I guess, but if you're like 23, then it's different, right? Than being like 16 or 17.
Yeah. Well, I thought they were over 18 though.
I had to kiss a boy in a play in high school, and he was like a nerdy kid. Yeah, but just like that.
Okay.
Like,
but they were full blown checking your tonsils out.
I mean, they were not having a bad time.
No, they were just innocent.
Unless she's into girls or something, or he's into dudes. I think they probably were just fine. Y'all
And
don't
there's no telling with anyone on this show. That could change at any moment.
And Moon looks like she's having a good time with her girlfriend.
yeah.
And she's got a beautiful girlfriend. It works out for everyone.
I made out with girls too, but I like, I'm
Tell us more.
So
Yes,
what? Undressed. I was a lesbian on Undressed. It was dirty. Anyway.
All right.
Hey, look, I kissed a girl once. I kissed my best friend, Carrie Allen. Neither one of us had ever been kissed before, like French kiss. And so we decided to French kiss each other. And we giggled the whole time. We were like 15 years old and both had braces. Can you imagine? It was and we laugh about it now. Like, oh my God, can you believe we did that?
My friends in high school at 14 and 15 years old, but we were just like, are we gay? Let's check it out.
I just wanted to see what it was like. We were just, let's just see what it's like. And we didn't do it again. And Wardog is so quiet right now.
I don't have a similar story.
You didn't kiss your best friend just to see?
No, we didn't.
I don't think you had that problem.
Sharing any stories with us, I'm sure.
So I don't think Johnny Lawrence had to practice kissing on his best friend because he was hot, I thought, in The Karate Kid.
William Zabka, yeah.
I think he's a good-looking man. I wasn't a big fan of how he looked in Back to School with the feathered mullet. I thought that whole look was not happening. Just one of the guys. It was okay.
A little bit better than just one of the guys.
European Vacation, same thing. But I just really think he's just a good-looking man. And I hope that he and Allie meet, get together. I feel like he's going to redeem himself in the eyes of Carmen. And I feel like it's really going to work out. And I think he's really going to step in the role to help Miguel heal and be a real father figure, which I love that idea, but I also think how shitty Robbie must feel. You couldn't step up and be my father, but you can for this guy. We're the same freaking age. Like, can you not reconcile with me? Like, how would that make you feel?
No, obviously, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things about Robbie when he was sitting there in that arm bar about to get his arm broken. All that stuff was like, and he was helpless.
You can see it in his eyes.
You can see his eyes. And but I digress for a second here. Do we think this year's All Valley tournament is in season 3, or will we get it's normally in December, where the summertime. Are we getting it this season, or is it season 4 type thing?
I'm trying to figure out the timeline because these kids are hitting puberty, and you remember that Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3 all took place in 1985, and so I don't know how we're going to explain Bert all of a sudden having hair on his body and a mustache. Okay,
they're getting older.
Grown up pretty quick, though.
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah,
they do.
Did you say just one of the guys? Is that the movie where that girl dresses like a dude?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was in the movie with Clayton Rohner, the guy who was the nerd.
Oh, really? I love him.
He's a really nice guy.
Is he? He was on a show that I watched a few years ago. I can't remember what it was called, but I always was like, "That's the
G
just
versus
one of."
E?
What was it called?
Was it G versus E?
That might have been it because I kept going.
Fiance played his son in that show.
Because I kept going.
Later, I played his fiance in a movie. So weird.
I really love old 80s actors. Like, they need to put him in this show somewhere.
He was engaged to the hot chick from Ferris Bueller's Day Off for a long time.
Oh, she's hot. Oh, she's hot.
Yeah, he was engaged to her for a while. I'm not sure what happened.
Mia Sara?
It's like a point of pride.
She was in Legend, too. That was a good movie. Okay, so we think he's going to redeem himself. So let's go to the number 1.
Number 1, our boy Zolo.
Gee, who's left? Could it be Dimitri? Could it be the little Asian dude? Who could it possibly be?
Anthony Jr.
Anthony Jr. is going to redeem himself. Dude shows up for 2 minutes in season 2 because he was at camp. Sure. What kind of camp?
Number 1? This is number 1?
Number one is Miguel.
All right.
I'm so not going to apologize for this. This kid's hot.
He looks like Ralph Macchio.
He is.
How is he not accidentally Ralph Macchio's kid?
How? Because when I saw like the trailer for season 1 and we didn't know anything about it, I thought for sure this kid had something to do with Ralph Macchio's character with Daniel Larusso. None at all. So there you go.
Maybe a father-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, he turned 18 and the braces came off, so I can say legally he's hot.
Still weird.
I cannot. Honestly, I can't wait to see where he goes. He has been the moral compass of Cobra Kai. He's had moments at the end of season 1 where he looked like he was turning completely to the dark side, but he was able to. He kind of goes the same journey as Johnny, which shows that Johnny he trusts Johnny. It's like not like it's almost like a human and a pet when the pet is so loyal to whatever the human does, and like so as Johnny goes through bouts of being dark and good, you see Miguel also intersecting and interweaving with Johnny. You know
who he sounds like? Obi-Wan.
Who does?
Miguel. He's like Obi-Wan Miguel. Yeah.
Obi-Wan Miguel.
Yeah. Miggy. Remember they called him Miggy in season 1? He's Obi-Wan Miggy.
Obi-Wan Miggy.
Yeah.
And then who? Then what does that make Johnny Lawrence? That makes him Qui-Gon Jinn.
Could be. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe Liam Neeson. But
you're right. He is the moral compass.
He's a moral compass, and he's our hero. To me, he's the hero of this whole series. The series is really about. It's about a lot of characters, and I know it's about the adults, but he's our focal point. And I don't know if, as audience, would have got as attached or as shocked if it was Robbie who fell down the flight and hit his back.
Oh,
or somebody else, right? or a Hawk. But
I wanted Hawk.
Yeah, you could trip Hawk. We don't care.
The rest of the people.
But when we see Miguel win the fight again, he beats Robbie again, and flashing back to about showing mercy, and then saying I'm sorry, and then kind of following through and being on like back broken, and then seeing the ramifications of that injury, what it does to Samantha right there on the spot. What it does to Robbie realizing it, what it does to Carmen, what it does to Johnny, how it pretty much fractures everybody because this kid's in the hospital. And that shows that he's the center of the show, however you write it. And so obviously we want to see now is he going to recover? But how much is he going to recover? Is he going to become, by the end of the season, a badass Karate Kid again? Where's he going to go?
He's going to have a lot of healing to do. He might be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, he might.
In the trailer, during the fight, he headbutts Robbie and goes, "Do you like that move? I learned it from your dad." I mean, he jabbed at Robbie at certain points. But I did see in the trailer that he is in a wheelchair actually fighting with somebody.
Oh, wow.
So we might see some inspiration. Maybe some kids out there really in wheelchairs who think that they can't do this. And I think it would be really good for them to see something like that. Actually,
let's get those kids in wheelchairs. Let's get them fighting. Let's get them into it. If we can do anything with this podcast, it's like let's get
to be awareness.
Them all fighting.
That's right.
Will we find out anything about his father? Because they talk about in season 1.
Well, you're convinced it's freaking Terry Silver. That's not going to die. I think even when they reveal who his father is, Wardog's still going to go, you know what? I really think that this guy adopted him and Terry Silver is really his father. It doesn't matter.
It could be Mike Barnes. Actually.
Oh, there's no way it's Mike Barnes. It would Snake before Mike Barnes.
No, because Mike Barnes is Johnny's age. So, a little bit older than Carmen, and she could have fell for him, and he's an asshole.
What did they say about his father? I know they touched on.
He's a bad person. We left. We came here.
Left. That's all we got.
Yeah, he's trouble. He's a bad person, and we came here to leave it behind.
They left him in Ecuador.
It's in Ecuador, right?
Right. I think it was Ecuador. So
we know Terry Silver dealt all the stuff all over.
He trying to spill his stuff everywhere.
Yeah, spill all the toxic materials all over the world.
Yeah.
Was he spreading that toxic material in Ecuador?
Maybe.
He mentioned Burma on the phone, but that was in 1988-9. By 2000, by 2000, he could have been dumping in Machu Picchu. I don't know.
This is never going to go away. Terry Silver's his father, okay?
I need it.
Wardog needs it.
Wardog,
wait a minute. Are you his father?
I could be.
You could be his father. But I don't think you're an asshole, though. You're not a bad guy.
No, but the fact that I've disowned the kid for
You left
17
him.
years, left him, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to Ecuador, or so you think.
I mean, the kid could have been made. They could have come to the United States, made the kid on a visas, and went back to Ecuador.
Maybe. Or maybe some other guy. Maybe it's actually somebody that's Ecuadorian is going to show up, but is somebody going to show up while he's in a hospital and try to claim that father position?
Ooh.
No, I mean, maybe something will come up where you have to have both parents' signature, a surgery or something. Because I know, like, with my son, both parents, like, they ask both parents or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe, I mean,
something you say a survey, maybe something like for college or whatever.
Yeah, like
a loan. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, like, but like, why? What do you call that? In writing something, the gun, right? What do you call it? Like when you say something, there's a reason for it.
And it's a gun?
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah. A smoking gun.
Yeah, not smoking gun as much. I forgot the name, the saying, but it's essentially saying that there's no throwaway lines. It's a precursor. There's no throwaway lines. They wrote that, and they're very particular about what they write in the show. They said that line. It's got to have a purpose for it.
Well, you know, they're taking all kinds of blood from him. Maybe he needs a blood transfusion.
Right. There we go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are your kidneys back there?
And it matches Terry Silver.
Okay, but tell me, if Terry Silver comes back, and if he has short hair, they need to give him a little wig with a ponytail. He has to have a gray ponytail.
Have you looked him up? He's a good-looking man. The actor who played him.
How old is he now?
Got gray hair. You know, here's the thing. I looked him up just to see. He was only in his early, like 32 or 33 when they made The Karate Kid Part 3. So my mind is like, what was he, 17 when they were nom together? But seriously, but he's like not. At 30, he's like in his early 60s now. That's not. I'm 43, so early 60s is an old.
No, he's only 58 right now.
Yeah, so he's
Ian Griffin.
He's so young. So he was like 28.
Oh wow, he's actually a martial artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy. I don't want to see him in that ponytail though. Come on, Wardog. Let him have that silver hair.
He's a black belt in Kempo karate and Taekwondo. Wow. Two different things. I don't know. He might come back, right? Thomas Ian Griffin.
Okay,
what about Mike Barnes?
If Thomas Ian Griffith comes back, I need you. Okay. At the end of every episode, you need to set up your phone the last 3 minutes and just record yourself watching it, just in case Terry Silver shows up.
Yeah.
I can see the real reaction.
Oh, because we know that he only pops up. He'll pop up at the end of an episode.
At the end.
Yeah.
But okay, so what about Mike Barnes? I don't think Mike Barnes is his father. I don't think he has anything to do with Miguel.
Mike Barnes is only 4 years younger than Terry Silver.
Was he in Vietnam too?
No, he was a bad boy of karate. He's a bad boy of karate.
Vietnam ended what, in 74?
75. 75.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess it was the
three.
He would have been like 13. How the fuck was he in Vietnam with John Crease? I'm good. This is about.
Yeah, how old is John Crease? What's his name again?
Martin Cove.
Martin Cove.
It doesn't really matter how old the actor is. Like, it just matters.
Right.
Yeah, Martin Cove.
Really
oh my
young.
God. His idea, the bar on Wikipedia doesn't even know exactly what year he's born, which is really odd. It says circa 1945, 46. So he's 74, 75. The motherfucker is such a legend that Wikipedia doesn't even know his birth date.
When you're a legend like that, you don't put your birth date out there.
Yeah.
But they try to. You could try not to do that, but it's still going to be on something.
I know. Surprised that Wikipedia doesn't know.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But he's so Martin Cove is 74 or 75 years old.
And he's got that Botox down.
Down.
100. Looks
But,
great.
so we got to wrap this up. What are some final thoughts and predictions for season 3?
Miguel's going to walk at the very end of the season finale of season 3, and we're going to find out this DaSilva is not his father.
All right. My last takeaway is that Kyler is going to join Cobra Kai and become Crease's
Number one student,
which is then going to cause Hawk to do a real serious self-reflection.
Man, there's so many. I feel like the season's going to be all over the place.
What about you, the sugar?
Yeah, the sugar.
I just want Allie to show up, hang out with Johnny, make Daniel jealous. Maybe he's having problems with his wife, and then something else calls him over to Okinawa. The kids, Hawk is going to kill someone, and Stingray's gonna help him.
Welcome high to the body.
Tori and Robbie are going to a detention center, and Daniel has to go through a lot of rehab, like physical rehab.
Daniel just abandons everyone.
Miguel.
Okinawa. I mean, like all this shit's going on. People are in prison.
Yeah,
and have broke backs, and Daniel's like, I can't take it. I got to go to Okinawa and see Kumiko and Chosen. I got to figure this out. Y'all deal with it yourself. Typical
That's
Daniel.
wild.
Causes a problem, and he's the victim.
Does Chosen pick him up from the airport like he did in Karate Kid 2?
Show him. What?
Does Chosen pick him up at the airport like Karate Kid 2? Chosen picked up Miyagi and Daniel from the airport and brought him to Sato's warehouse.
Why not?
Why not? I think it'll be awesome. I don't think he's going to do that, though. I think he's going to be, once again, Daniel's going to be poking his nose around when it doesn't belong in a dojo and touching things he shouldn't be touching. And freaking Chosen's just going to whoop his butt and be like, honk, honk, bitch. Stop touching stuff in my dojo. And here, that's a secret. You can't.
Will Daniel kiss Kumiko?
No, I think Kumiko has a. I think you think so?
Why not? I want some drama.
I want some controversy.
No, it's not real life. Yes, why not?
Infidelity. Let's have some infidelity.
I think Daniel's wife is definitely going to cheat on him.
I think she's gonna. Yeah, she's selling cars and doing things in those cars.
You say Daniel's wife's going to cheat on him with Mike Barnes?
No, I didn't say it was Mike. Stingray. Just kidding.
I think Stingray is going to shock everyone and
kill them.
He's going to kill everybody. He's going to hide the bodies for people. He's going to give life advice. It's going to be
Bert. Stingray and Bert.
Bert's it's a spinoff. I would watch the Stingray and Bert show.
Stingray and Bert.
That poor kid.
All right, is there anybody still watching us after all this time? Is there any questions in the chat?
No, not right now. They'll probably watch it later when the
nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
We just hanging out talking about this for 2 hours.
And nobody cares. Fine. Yeah, 1 hour and 49 minutes. Yeah, nobody cares.
Listen.
Okay.
This is what I was going to ask you guys before we close. Yeah. At midnight on New Year's, are you going to watch at least the first episode at midnight, or are you going to wait till later on the next day?
I'm not even going to be awake at midnight. We're going to watch it at 9 and then go to sleep.
I'll make it to 9:30. It's only because I've had some kind of caffeine beverage.
Well, I don't know. It depends, because if I'm doing some, it depends if. Is it midnight on the West Coast or midnight on the East Coast?
That's what Wardog's going to do. Wardog's going to watch the last episode of the entire season, the last 5 minutes of the finale of season 3, just see if DaSilva shows up.
No. Honestly, if the show comes out,
IMDb and see if that person has worked in
No, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Production right now because
I don't want to.
Okay. If you did, that's how you would find out.
No, but it might come out 9 p.m. Sometimes the shows come out midnight in the East Coast and they come out 9 p.m. on the West Coast. If that's the case, then and it will come like 11 o'clock your time. Mm-hmm. Then I would probably watch a little bit. And if that's the case, I might be watching the whole damn series.
See, I've got an issue. Sci-Fi Channel has the Twilight Zone marathon, and then I've got the season of Cobra Kai. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do.
But it's not going anywhere, so
it's not going anywhere.
All right, y'all. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. Have a safe New Year. Wear a mask. It's not that hard. Just put the damn thing on your face.
I'll just slide this down. Cover my face.
Caviar.
Yeah.
I thought it was champagne. I'm gonna go buy some champagne
and caviar. My husband has this thing for caviar now.
I got a mask with my cat on it that says "Eat people," and even my cat has a mask on. Finley. Sugar's like, what the fuck kind of show am I on right now? But yes, thank you everyone for watching. Please check out season 3 of Cobra Kai drops at midnight on Netflix. And I think Wardog, we should cover season 3.
Let's do it. You down, Sugar? You down with the Sugar?
I'm gonna step out.
He's like, I have a life. What?
He's laughing. We're all laughing. We're all laughing.
Sugar, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. I absolutely adore it. I'm a huge Survivor fan, and I love you. And Tyler and Beth, who I usually do the show with, when they found out I was doing this and you were going to be out, they're like, "Oh my God, I wish I watched the show." And I'm like, "Well, you don't, and you can't come on now. That's what you get."
Yeah, so, the Wardog was very excited when I
know Tyler.
Whether he goes, "Oh, you watch Cobra Kai?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, why? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah." I was like gonna say like everybody's watching Cobra Kai, but
Wardog's so heartbroken that Tyler Lyons isn't here.
I am. I miss him. He's probably too busy photographing a wedding that doesn't exist.
He's too busy judging my selfies that I post on Facebook. So whatever. He's such a judger. Whatever. Okay, guys.
All right. Peace out. Thank you.
Bye bye. Happy New Year.
Later.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.